Hey everyone, and welcome back to Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. On this video, we're doing Beginner Training 1 Basic Controls. We're also going to be checking out the customization options for our Armored Core and some of the other features that are here in the garage. So let's start with our training. We'll go to Sortie, Training, learn AC controls and basic tactics via Mercenary Support Simulators. Training, learn to pilot an AC and master fundamental battle techniques from the training menu. Complete the exercises using the training AC to earn standardized training parts used for instruction. So we have Beginner Training 1, Basic Controls. Our objective is to complete the program. Details, this VR simulator for basic mercenary training is provided by AllMind. Pilot a training craft to learn the basics of combat. And our training subjects are lock-on, reloading, missile lock, melee weapons, and scanning. Begin training, yes. Lock-on. To land shots on moving enemies, you must pull the trigger while they are within lock-on range, where target tracking is active. And of course, R2 is our rapid-fire right-hand weapon. So he's in range, blow him up. Now some of this is just gonna be repeat information from the first mission, but some of it is new. So definitely recommend going through here and just making sure you got all the basics down. Reloading, which was not covered in the original mission. Weapons with magazines will automatically reload when the magazine's ammunition is depleted. Manually reload before engaging the enemy to minimize the risk that your attacks will be interrupted by a reload. And triangle plus R2 will do a manual reload on the right-hand weapon. So that's extremely useful. Anytime you're not engaged in combat, just go ahead and give yourself a reload, and you're ready for the next one. Missile lock. To use missiles and other homing rounds, keep the enemy on screen until lock-on completes, then fire. Some missile weapons are capable of multi-lock, which allows you to attack multiple enemies simultaneously by holding the input for the weapon. So R1 is use the right shoulder weapon. Holding R1 is the multi-lock, and if you press triangle during multi-lock, it'll cancel the multi-lock, which is nice. So that's a single target. Here's the multi-target. I can go ahead and cancel it and go back to 1 if I want, but I want 3. Melee weapons. Melee weapons equipped to the left hand require a risky close range approach, but have high attack power / impact and are useful for destroying shields. That is an understatement. These things are great. L2 uses the left-hand weapon. You can do the combo by pressing L2 twice for the chain attack, and if you hold L2, you'll do the charge attack. The charge attack is something I want to experiment a little bit more with. I haven't used it too much. We'll start with the charge here. So this is the charge attack. I'm not sure what benefits it has over the combo, because the combo seems really strong. Plus, if it is a shielded enemy, the combo will break the shield with the first attack and then do the follow-up. I don't know if the charge will do that. Let's see. Yeah, see, the charge is bad for that because you're just gonna drop the shield. So definitely if it's a shielded enemy, you want to do the double. Scanning. You can detect nearby enemies or containers that hold AC parts by scanning. Any objects that were detected by the scan will be temporarily highlighted. If an enemy is detected, you will be able to achieve lock-on even through walls or other cover. So that's nice. You can scan by down on the D-pad. So there's a guy hiding behind there, but we can see him and we can lock onto him and maybe even like do a crazy shot around. Yep. Well, didn't quite have the angle, but yeah. Could have. Once again, demonstrating the scan. There we go. do a lock on for both targets. Maybe I can get that missile to go around. Yeah, a little bit. And he's got the shield, so we want the double slash if we're slashing. Perfect. Alright, and that's it for the Beginner Training 1 basic controls. We did get a part for completing that. A machine gun, the MG-014 Ludlow. Okay, so let's see what else we can do here in the garage. We have AC design, change AC parts, and adjust its appearance. So we'll go to assembly, modify assembly of AC parts. This is where we kind of pick our build. Assembly, customize AC assemblies using the parts you have available at the assembly menu. When assembling an AC, ensure that your build keeps within the maximum weight and EN load parameters. And you can open the help menu with the touchpad. So we'll start with our right arm unit. We have our assault rifle, the RF-024 Turner. Part info, standard assault rifle developed by Balam. Balances rapid fire performance and firepower, making it easy to use on full auto. A long-selling classic popular with anyone from new corporate recruits to veteran mercenaries. So the part specs on the left are really the important things, and it's just really those 5 categories. You have your AC specs on the right, which is sort of like the totality of your build, of your armored core, but the left is where you want to focus. So attack power, that's pretty obvious. This has 87. Impact, if you want extra information, you can press in the touchpad and we can go to contextual help. So impact is ACS overload performance. This corresponds to immediate ACS strain, which resets within a short period of time. That might not make a lot of sense now, but basically, like, how easy are we going to be able to stagger with this weapon? And then we have total rounds. So if you didn't notice on the first mission, there's total ammunition that is counted on the bottom right. So you always want to kind of pay attention to how much ammunition do you actually take on the mission for this weapon. All right, then we have the machine gun, the MG-014 Ludlow that we just got from the basic controls training. Machine gun developed by Balam has excellent rapid fire output, but somewhat lacking in firepower when used alone. Shines in double trigger builds, whether using 2 of this weapon or in combination with another. So this is really for dual wielding, and you can see that by the damage and impact. Actually, the impact's pretty good, but the damage super low. So unless we're going to dual wield, this is not a weapon that we would want to take. Also, I didn't look at the weight and EN load on the bottom, but when you're comparing, it can be a little confusing. This has less weight, and the number is less, but it actually shows up, as in it's a positive, but it's actually less. So don't get confused by that. But anyways, we're going to stick with the assault rifle. I really like this. I don't think I'll probably try a double trigger build at some point, but I really like the melee, so I have a hard time seeing myself giving that up. All right, then we have our left arm unit. Only one option here. It's our pulse blade, the HI-32BU-TT/A. Pulse blade developed by Takagawa Harmonics delivers slashing attacks with high-frequency oscillation that are ideal for canceling out pulse defenses. Charged to increase output and pound targets with more powerful oscillation. So it's got attack power, impact, and consecutive hits for comboing. All right, then we have the right back unit. It's our missile launcher, the BML G1 P20MLT04. 4-cell missile launcher developed by Furlong Dynamics. Missiles track targets and explode on hit, contributing greatly to build up of ACS strain. Compact model for lightweight builds, capable of multi-lock. So we've got the attack power, 103 times 4 for 4 missiles. Impact, same thing, 72 times 4, and the total rounds is 140, which seems like a lot. It's a lot of missiles. And then the left back unit, we don't have anything for this yet. For our frame, we have currently the HC2000 Finder Eye. Head part for Scout ACs developed by RAD. Originally spec'd for surveying terrain, this model makes up for what it lacks in combat performance with a light energy footprint and commendable ease of use. So it's got AP, which is your armor, that kind of contributes to your health. There's attitude stability, which I forget what that one is. The maximum load the ACS can support. The higher this value, the less likely the AC is to stagger. Ah, yes, stagger resistance. And then there's system recovery. Let's see what that one does. Ability to detect system abnormalities and recover. Higher values correspond to lower vulnerability to system abnormalities. I don't quite know what that means quite yet. It might mean recovery from stagger, which would make sense. That's my guess at the moment, but I haven't really experimented with this, so I'm assuming it's stagger recovery. Then we got the helmet we got from completing the first mission, the HD-012 Melander C3. Custom head part developed by Balam. Altered to improve combat suitability, the revisions to this model include partial armor plating and the addition of a scanner module. So it's got more HP, quite a bit, 310 more HP, more stability, 416. Recovery goes down slightly, but the big difference is the weight and the EN load, but we're well within parameters, so it seems like a good thing to go ahead and use this. Also, the boost speed goes down. I'm not quite sure why the boost speed goes down, probably because of the weight, but it goes down slightly. And yeah, I assume it's weight. That makes sense. Oh, hardware engineer. What's that for? Assembled an AC. All right, then we've got the core. The one we're using is the CC-2000 Orbiter. Core part for Scout ACs developed by RAD. Originally spec'd for extra vehicular activity in space, this model makes up for what it lacks in combat performance with a light energy footprint and commendable ease of use. And then from the first mission, we got the BD-012 Melander C3. Custom core part developed by Balam. Altered to improve combat suitability, this model features a lighter basic frame enhanced with partial armor plating to maintain a modest weight. So once again, it gives more health, it gives more stability. What's the generator output? ADJ, I forget that one. What's this one? Adjustment to generator EN output. The higher this value, the greater the final EN output of the generator. I assume that means how much energy you use whenever you use an energy-related thing. Yeah, I think so. So this just uses slightly more energy, if I'm understanding the stat correctly. It is heavier and more EN load again, but well within what we can manage. So let's go ahead and use it. Then for our arms, the AC-2000 tool arm. Arm parts for Scout ACs developed by RAD. Originally spec'd for recovering scrap, this model makes up for what it lacks in combat performance with a light energy footprint and commendable ease of use. So once again, we from the first mission got the AR-012 Melander C3. Custom arm parts developed by Balam. Altered to improve combat suitability, this model features a lighter basic frame while also enhancing arm maneuverability. So we have AP, once again, we're gonna get a little more health. The arm's load limit. Maximum weight arms can carry without compromising on stable operating performance. Higher values make it easier to manipulate arm weapons, mitigating dips in target tracking and recoil control caused by overload. So this just seems to generally help out, like, shooting is my guess. Once again, I haven't experimented too much with all of these stats, but that seems to be the case, like how stable you are and how precise your target lock-on is. But then, I don't know, because firearm specialization is also a thing. This has much better firearm specialization than what we have. And that's the suitability for using firearms. Higher values improve target tracking performance. So this might be accuracy and recoil, and this might just be how well you track. So slightly different aiming related stats here. But if I'm wrong on this, feel free to correct me. But that's my current understanding of it. And once again, this Melander stuff is heavier and has a bigger EN load. So boost goes down again, but I think it's potentially worth it. I don't know. This one's not as clear cut, but I do like that it does significantly better tracking. But we do lose some arms load limit. So it will increase our recoil and potentially other things. But we'll go ahead and use it. Then we have the legs. Currently using 2C-2000 Crawler. Bipedal legs for Scout ACs developed by RAD. Originally spec'd for surface surveys of astronomical objects. This model makes up for what it lacks in combat performance with a light energy footprint and commendable ease of use. Once again, from the first mission, we got the LG-012 Melander C3. Custom bipedal leg parts developed by Balam. Altered to improve combat suitability, this model features a lighter basic frame enhanced with partial armor plating to maintain a modest weight. So, fairly significant AP gain. Attitude stability goes down a little bit, so we'll stagger a little bit easier. And load limit, let me look at this one. Maximum weight legs can support. Higher values mean that the legs can support more heavy parts. So I think that's just gonna increase your current load maximum. So we can put more load on these legs. And then once again, it's heavier and has a higher EN load, but we're still good. Although, why does that one go red? Oh, that's just red because it means it's going up. Got it. All right, then we have our booster. We have the BST-G1/P10. First generation booster developed by Furlong Dynamics. Though inferior to current models, this booster remains a viable choice, especially for lightweight assemblies, due to its modest energy burden and ease of use. So these are pretty straightforward: thrust, upward thrust, and QB thrust. Pretty straightforward stats there, and that's our only option. Then we have our FCS. This is the FCS-G1/P01. First generation FCS developed by Furlong Dynamics. This model dates from a time before Furlong specialized in missile development, but it remains in production due to its balanced performance and low energy burden. So this has close range assist, medium range assist, and long range assist. Those are pretty straightforward, but we'll take a look real quick anyway, just to see if there's any specifics. Aiming assistance performance at close range, higher values, improve aim when targeting enemies at close range within 130 meters. So I'm not quite sure how this all interacts with the tracking, but yeah, this is just assistance for target acquisition. And that's our only option. Then we have a generator. This generator is the AG-J-098-JOSO. Internal combustion generator developed by BAWS for an old generation AC. Performance is not dissimilar to generic Labor MT models, making it an unreliable choice for combat use in a modern AC build. So this gives EN capacity, EN recharge, and supply recovery. I don't remember what supply recovery does. The ability of the generator to recover after interruption of EN supply. The higher this value, the more quickly the generator commences recovery after EN is fully depleted. Oh, okay, so this is how long does it take to recharge, or for recharge to kick in, and then this is how fast it recharges. And that's your capacity. Got it, got it, got it. All right, and then expansion, we have nothing. All right, so we've got our new parts installed. That's good. Let's take a look at paint. Change AC color scheme. Paint. Make AC cosmetic adjustments from the paint menu. This includes coloring and texture settings. All right, so we can color our entire frame. Let's go ahead and start with that. We have our different color sets here. If you want to adjust that, I'm just gonna stick on what I've got with the corporate. For our main color, I'm thinking a red would be cool. So let's go into the reds. Maybe like a lightish red, or maybe like actually maybe more of a slightly darker red. That seems pretty good. Let's go with that. Oh, and we got the trophy graphic designer for changing the coloration of our AC. All right, so we can also change our material if we want to make it like more shiny. It's fairly subtle, but I kind of like where it's at, so we'll stick with that. For our sub coloring, I'm thinking like maybe a silver-ish. Maybe we go, well, maybe more trending more towards a white, maybe something like that. Yeah, why don't we go with, actually no, let's go black. Yeah, oh, I like the black. Let's go black. Black's good. All right, then support. Maybe support we'll do sort of like a silver. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Maybe like right there. Okay, that looks good. Optional. maybe like a lighter red, almost like a pink. Let's try that. Maybe like somewhere in here. Just a slight differentiation. Maybe like right there. Yeah, it's subtle, but I like it. I like the little transition. Let's do that. Other. That's so like the joints between the core and the arm. I don't know. Maybe something stands out a little bit more. Maybe like almost like a frost looking color. Or like a light blue. Maybe something like that. Also subtle. Let's try that. And then device. Let's make something that stands out. Orange is pretty good. But why don't we make it stand out even more? Let's go with like a purple. Or like almost like trending towards pink. There we go. Something vibrant. Yeah, that'll work. Let's do that. Pattern, this just breaks everything. I haven't quite figured out pattern yet because this just looks horrible. So, I don't know why you'd want these, but hey, if you want to look super goofy, that's up to you. And then weathering actually has a massive effect on it. So you can see how I look like kind of like faded in my colors. That's because it's currently got me on pretty heavy weathering. So I could be like super shiny and new like this. But I do want some weathering, but not too much. That's really rusty and weathered. Ooh, 11's not bad. Maybe 11. Maybe 5. 5's pretty shiny. There's a little bit of weathering there. I don't know. I kind of want to look a little brand new. Let's go with just very light weathering like this. All right, there we go. Looking shiny. All right, then if you wanted to, you could color all your units, which is your weaponry. Maybe I will. Maybe we'll. They're kind of bland looking right now. Maybe let's get them some color differentiation. Maybe like a brown or beige. That's not bad. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's go with that. That looks good. And then we could color them a little bit more. I think they look fine like this. Let's just keep them as is. Are they weathered at all? No, my weapons don't need to be weathered. That's fine. Okay, and then if you wanted to, you can customize each individual part. This just, when you do the entire frame and all units, it just colors everything uniformly, but you could go in here and change up each specific piece of the part if you so desire. But I think that's good enough. I like the way we're looking right now. So let's save edits and quit. All right, then we have decals. Change AC decal settings. Decals, apply emblems in your possession and user-created images to your AC from the decals menu. So, we can put decals on stuff, like the head, for example. We've got these different decals. This one in preset 2 is the one we just unlocked, that 13. But I kind of like this skull thing right here. That seems pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and put that in there, why not? And then you can also do custom decals if you want to make your own. So you could go here. It took me a little bit to get used to this, but you can like add a layer and then say you wanted, I don't know, the bullet thing. And then you can go ahead and place this wherever you want. Like maybe you want it right on the forehead. But then also once you place it, you can then size it. So you can make it bigger or smaller or whatever you want to do with it. And then you could also like layer on other stuff if you want to, like maybe he needs a spider friend for whatever reason. So lots of cool customization if you're into that sort of thing. You want to get the exact look that you're going for. But yeah, you can do all sorts of cool stuff. Like maybe you want these two right next to each other for some reason. But if you don't want it, you can just discard it all. Discard edits and quit. And then you can put decals on the core, the right arm, the left arm, and the legs. Legs, you can do right leg or left leg. All right, then we have Image Editor. Create images for use as decals or pilot emblems. So this is Well, we'll see what it says. So image editor, combine preset pieces to create original images from the image editor menu. Create images or created images can be applied to ACs as decals or used as emblems. If online, you can upload images you have created to receive a share ID that can be shared with other players or download other players' shared images. So if you make something cool, you can share with other people or you can download their cool stuff if you happen to know the ID. But let's just go ahead and make something real quick here. Say we want to, I don't know, a box, and then we could color it. Like, I don't know. We'll just keep it like white, I guess. Or no, let's make it red. Why not? We'll make it red. So red box, and that looks good. We'll make another layer. And I don't know, maybe we want a shark. Why not? There we go. A little shark. We'll just keep that as the current color. All right, so we'll say that's good. We'll exit out. We'll save and quit. And now we have that saved shark image. And then we can go back to our decals and say we go to our core. We'll go to our custom decals. We'll add in a layer. And then in our user created images, we have our shark. And we can put that shark wherever we desire. Maybe right there on the center of the chest. And there we go. We got a little shark there that we created. Maybe not the best color, but there it is. All right, but I don't actually want that. I'll discard those edits and quit. Also, if we go back to the image editor, we could go to downloaded. So if we knew someone's share ID for the decal they made, we can enter that here and download that. And also, I can't remember where we get our own share ID. But anyways, that's where you download it. Maybe it just has it on here. Let me see. Yeah, I can't remember exactly where our share... Oh, display sharing screen? Okay, so if we wanted to share the image, we could add it here, maybe? I don't know. You guys will have to figure that one out. I didn't experiment with it too much, but somehow you can share this out. All right, then we have AC data. Manage AC assemblies, appearance settings, and other AC data. Save and load AC assemblies and cosmetic settings from the AC data menu. In order to load AC data, you must currently own all parts and other elements included in the assembly. If online, you can upload AC assemblies you have created to receive a share ID that can be shared with other players or download other players' shared assemblies. So just like the decals, if you have a cool assembly, a cool setup that you like, you can share that out with other people, or you can download theirs. So we'll go ahead and save my current assembly. We'll just call it default, I guess. Default. So there we go. That's all saved now. If I wanted to make changes and I don't like those changes, I could load this up, or I could share this with other players if I so desire. Then we can download here, same with the decals, and then there's the presets that we have. So we have the C4-621, this is the one we started with. And then there's this G13 Raven that we acquired at the end of the first mission. So let's just go ahead and load that up so we can see how it works. Load G13 Raven, the current AC data will be lost, but we saved it, so that's fine. All right, and now if we look at our armored core, it's changed, and so has its parts and everything about it. Although it didn't actually change, did it? Actually, it might not change the parts, it might just be appearance. But either way, it changed the appearance at the very least. And then if we want to go back to where we were, we're gonna load up. And we're back to ours. Perfect. All right, so what else do we have in here? In sortie, we have our missions. We'll be tackling that later. And we have AC test. So we can test our AC's performance. Deploy AC on a test run? Yes, I would like to do that. AC test. Use AC test to test the functionality and behavior of your AC. During the test run, open the pause menu to alter AC assembly, create enemies, and so on. So you can make adjustments on the fly here, and you can spawn in enemies to fight, to check things out. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll open this up. We'll go to assembly, or not assembly. I want to go to enemy settings. And we'll make some bipedal MTs and drones. Why not? And now we got dudes to fight. Check out our stuff, see how it feels. Make adjustments on the fly. It's a pretty cool training area. I like it. And they'll just keep spawning, so even if you clear them all out, they'll just constantly be targets for you to attack and try out different things. Alright, and that's pretty much it. You can resupply if you run out of ammunition. You can check settings, and like I said, you can go to assembly and change things around and try it out. Let's go ahead and quit the test. Conclude test and return to the garage, yes. Alright, and that's currently everything we have on offer in the garage. As we progress, new things will open up, and we'll certainly be checking that stuff out. But yeah, that's where we are. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.